going. In the bottom left, from Germany and Mousesports, it's WaN. And the top right, the Enigma, the Moldovan Mauler, the vice champion of last season, it's Blade.
We finally heard his voice. We have yet to see his face. But we know how he plays. That's usually with very solid style. If you had to compare like a lot of the human players in Europe, like on one hand you have the very extreme super standard player, like Blade and Hawk. And on the other side, you guys got guys like Thorzane, with much more unique builds out of the ordinary playstyles, like that Pala rifle that he's so good at. And Blade usually focuses on great scouting, and also he has one of the best execution out there. It seems to be one of the main things right now at the top level, like all of these players, their execution of their build and like the scouting. Obviously, decision making is very important, but even like down to the micro in every matchup is becoming more and more important. You need to be as close to perfect as possible.
Yeah, and I think that's definitely something Blade thrives in. I still thought his rifle micro was so outstanding, but with the most recent nerfs, we've been seeing less and less of it. Barely anybody plays it anymore, especially against Undead. What's he going to play now against the Crypt Lord? He's definitely going to be scouting early with a Footman. On this map, should always be done. On other maps like LR, you can consider going for a fast Merc camp pull, creeping that Merc camp, but no mercenary camp here on this map, which I feel like is a bit of a problem for human against Undead potentially if they do go for the Crypt Lord here with a fast expansion. Having those Mercs quickly with level 3 AM can give you good position on the map, good momentum, but we won't see that here on Northern.
Yeah, I saw him play some one base recently against the Crypt Lords. It feels weird to go back to that because it seemed like we had gone big time into expansion every single time style. Oh, he got the XP with the Acolyte? No.
Oh my god, I didn't even see it.
Yeah, these peasants are so injured.
Oh,
what is this
no.
start?
This is the best. Oh my god. This is the best scouting Acolyte.
2.5.
Rough start by Blade. We had a super tough start for Happy on the last map in the best of 3 against X-Lord, and here now, this is not the way this is supposed to go. AM with the big mana, that's nice at least. Crypt Lord with a Scroll of the Beast, that's probably the worst item, especially for the early game. Not very impactful at all, so at least the items here going somewhat in favor of Blade. If he creeps the lab now, is that even level 3?
I'm not sure. I don't think it should be, but maybe. And this indicates that he might want to play a one-base style, by the way. He's going to get like... The goal is to get fast level 3 and then go to the Expo, get a bunch of cancel on that Expo. But with the extra experience as well for WaN, does he even get level 3 himself? I think so. Which is huge. Like Beatles level 2 would be amazing in holding off a push. Pendant of Energy for Blades.
Oh, wow.
So in addition to the great amount, he does get level 3 from this.
This camp definitely gives a lot of experience. Feels like sometimes the item isn't that rewarding, but the pendant is pretty damn good. Looks like a very juicy MK inventory, especially over here. While WaN finishes the camp, that should just barely be enough for level 3 for him. And guess what? Thanks to that Acolyte.
Yeah. Gets the mana pendant's pretty good on the Crypt Lords. Bigger mana pool, that's a lot of impels that you can work with. Especially as, like, we're seeing Blade expand. Obviously, I think one's going to want to be playing aggressive. But down the line, if you can start a fight with 355 mana instead of 100 less, that's one extra impel that you're going to have in the fight that might come in super handy.
And there was that trademark WaN surround right away that we have learned to appreciate how good he is at that. Interesting creep out here by Blade. This is taking so much militia time to finally get his Expo up. It's Tuskars and Lab and Expansion, all of which require a militia, so this expansion seems quite late, and now he's overshooting on level 3. Got some damn good items though. The claws here certainly nice, but the Crypt Lord is in for the harass.
It's peasants hunting time. He might even go for the impel. Oh my god, they're so combo. Doesn't even need to be honest. A lot of peasants are going to be dying, and in the meantime, one is about to start mining from his gold mine. So this is like one of the reasons why we've seen a lot of humans move away from expanding against Undead, because Undead can hit all of these timings where they kill a lot of the peasants. In this case, We're not even on the PTR or new patch. The Beetles still have Burrow right now on level 2.
And to make matters worse, WaN can start teching any moment now. He's got the resources. Oh my god, this is just a complete disaster. Before this, I've seen Blade Out play aggressively on this map, go across the map with a level 1 AM and then creep level 2 with Militia, teching behind. But here he's trying to go for the counter expo and it's not working out at all. I must say, this build doesn't seem to be working out too well against the Crypt Lord.
Ooh, Water Elemental will kill an Acolyte at the expo of 1 here. So we want to kill Workers with Summons. I think Blade forgot about the Beetles at his expo, by the way, because they're still burrowed, they're still there. And there's nothing to defend those peasants. So as soon as that unburrows, he's going to start losing those yet, which is now. He's going to start being targeted on those peasants again, and they're going to take a lot of damage from this.
Yeah, the burrow here, definitely very obnoxious. This will be removed soon, but at the moment they're still causing havoc. Finally there is a dust, but still more peasants are going down. Oh boy, that is such a painful early. Still only tier 1, Blade can't afford to go tier 2 yet. And WaN started the tech. I feel like this could have been fit in even earlier by WaN, but he still has a big tech lead. Still lots of ghouls around and creeping up a little bit more. If this Crypto should make it to level 4 fast, he's got 2 very dangerous spells.
I wonder what unit composition is WaN going to go for here, by the way. Like, it seems like one of the standards that we saw recently was a lot of gargoyles in the first place, and then you can go into pretty much anything you want. Usually necromancers, like, because the 50 supply gargoyle with double hero, you can creep easily, you can just go and kill peasants easily, you can achieve a lot with that. But WaN, it doesn't necessarily have to do that. Some of what the mouse sports and that have been doing, like X-Lord for example, and used it really well, was going for multiple crypts, and then you start producing a lot of fiends. And you add Death Knight 2nd, Lich 3rd, and then you start adding Abominations, and you just start pushing a lot with Beetles and Impel before the human can really counter. What we've seen from Blade is that he likes to play multiple Sanctums with Dispel and Breakers against this, but it would be good against the Creep Lord, but not so good against Fiends necessarily.
Yeah, I think the most impressive side that I've seen from human super late game, like really late with triple hero, 80 supply, is Breakers Griffins, but it feels like that needs good levels. If you don't have a strong MK to protect those Griffins against Fiends, it's a tough time, and yeah, Mountain King is still so far away. Only now the tier 2 tech starting, and the map is quickly being crept up. Just looking at the mini-map right now, at the dots for creep camps. Where the hell is this Mountain King even gonna creep?
Yeah, straight for the reds. But he shouldn't have the units that can help him do that. Healing Wards is gonna help, I guess. But that Creepjack here, 1 is already level 4. This Archmage is almost 5. Oh my god.
That's certainly pretty nice. Early level 3 elementals helps against air. Very good for creeping. But if we move to extremely big armies, 70 supply upward, elementals also, I don't know, don't feel that powerful oftentimes.
The thing about Blade is that he usually uses a lot of flying machines in synergy with his Sanctums. So if he gets Water Elemental level 3 and he has a lot of them, could come in handy for the damage. I mean, right now he's only facing ghouls. It's obviously pretty damn good.
Shredder now being added, so we're gonna have lots of lumber here soon for Blade. Gonna open up tech options, Blacksmith coming, and the Mountain King soon as well. But the DK is coming out for WaN, and he's still got some decent camps to creep. He could take out the lab, maybe take out the enemy Scorpions, and with a few Beetles, he can also go for red camps.
Yeah. The fact that he's going Fiends here, I wonder how well Blade is going to be able to identify that, because he's soon tier 2, and that's when you need to decide what your tech is going to be already. Usually he's very diligent and very consistent with the scouting. Oh my god, that Death Knight almost walked into a surround. He's carrying double mana potion as well, which is going to be very important on that Creep Lord, especially to synergize with the mana pendants. Is he going for Acolytes?
Oh, Slaughterhouse cancel. That would be a big deal. With the Impale, it might be hard. Definitely gets it. Nicely done. He may not even have cancelled. That was very late if it was a cancel.
Oh my god, one left a bunch of items on the ground.
Next Impale, though, is perhaps going to take a lot of footies. Doesn't even need to. I think he should go for double slaughter now. Yeah, he does.
Town is under siege.
Get those statues and A-bombs right away. Or Destroyer. But I really don't think he even needs Destroyer form necessarily.
I think he should scouts, yeah, one. Ideally, you want to see what the opponent's doing. He definitely needs to send back some goals on wood. We see like he's really short on wood, especially after getting the slaughterhouse cancelled twice. Ooh, actually the tower will deny the experience here on that water elemental. And it seems like, I mean, obviously there is no point in creeping here for Blade. He's already got Archmage level 5, so I'm surprised he's not waiting around for his Mountain King to come out so he can start creeping that. But as you mentioned, what does he even creep? He has 2 small green camp near his base. Maybe he can invest in like the top left-hand side with the orange camp, and then move into another one with a lab.
I think Blade is doing this really well. He's doing as much as he can, delaying the slaughterhouse, delaying the statues. That really helps. If there's 2 statues out right away, the DK and Lich, 2nd and 3rd hero combo can creep up so damn fast. Without statues, it's certainly a little bit harder. Not that hard, considering there's a lot of fiends and skeletons. And now finally creeping continues for Mountain King and DK both. Red camps here will be a big difference maker.
Yeah. It's like when you have just a few footmen like this, though, like Blades, it doesn't feel like he's gonna be able to creep anything big anytime soon. I really like that he bought a Shredder. It's gonna be super important to have that. Archmage is achieving some good damage here. Gonna get another. That slaughterhouse got cancelled 3 times. But the Lich now is now about to come out, and it's gonna join the game straight with the Orb. He remakes the slaughterhouse on the expo now, the additional one. Web's being researched already, one making sure he does not get tricked by any amount of air that he wouldn't be ready for. And it's the usual composition we're seeing from Blade, with multiple breakers. He's going to Dispel, so usually he's going to make a bunch of priests with Master Training as well. He's going to play with very few knights usually when he plays that style, and just try to synergize the casters / water elementals, so the magic stuff, and the breakers, of course, with the anti-magic stuff that Undead could get, which is the Destroyer. So he gets Flying Machines, Counter Destroyers, and then the rest of all the casters can dominate.
Ancient Django for one of the best items, even more move speed and attack speed added to his already scary army. AM might even be able to get off another cancel here, though this one seems a little too late. Repair should be, yeah, able to save it. But WaN shouldn't, I think, get distracted by this AM too much. You should just repair and maybe use ghouls, maybe use towers. If he creeps the rest of the map, this is great for the Undead.
He's actually remaking the slaughterhouse regardless in the main base, so he's gonna have 3 of them if he lets that finish. But yeah, you're right. I think if one goes in the top left, he is much more equipped right now to creep that red camp. He would win a fight,
Nova.
almost for sure.
Impale. This will have to be a TP. Whoa! Whew. Did you feel that right there? Did you also tense up?
If it was me, I'd lose the Archmage, but he had to double click, meaning that he didn't even have time to TP to the expo, so now he's gonna have to run there. It's just everything slower. Look at that Mountain King. Took a beating from the creeps as well. So Blade needs time to heal, and one will have a lot of time, I think, to start this red and maybe even secure it before Blade can be in position. So it's kind of bad, like Master Training of Priest, almost there. He's starting to have a few Flying Machines. Wouldn't it be funny if one just doesn't even make a single Destroyer here?
Yeah, I really don't think he has to. Why make Destroyers? Only thing that's there to dispel is the, I guess, Inner Fire. Okay.
Yeah, Water Elemental 3.
Water
Sometimes slow.
Like, no, Water Elemental. If slow comes in, then yeah. Oh my god, Catgus. Oh my god.
Alright, what's
Catgus, Pipe, and Ancient Django. Somebody made a pact with the devil.
Yeah, this is
Who was it?
what Undead Dreams are made of. He even catches some Flying Machines. Creep Lord is so close to 5. Oh my god, just one more unit.
Three.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it. Do you go Impale here or Beetles? What do you hate more as you?
Well, he's facing a lot of Dispel. So unless he's playing against Death Note, I think he can go Impale.
Starts off with an Impale right there. It is indeed level 3. The MK just dies. Wait a minute. I was just looking at the scoreboard for a little bit and suddenly, boom, he's dead. MK level 2 won't reach level 3. This... Blade is not ready for this. This army is too strong. The Crypt Lord, the Impale, they only saw one, but it was crazy. And now taking out the Knights in the back. We have the Scroll of the Beast being popped finally from the early game. Some of it can be stolen from the Breakers, but certainly not all of it. WaN falls back. Pretty easy to do with all of this movement speed. Some Fiends are going down. That may have been actually the only one. But yeah, WaN is totally smashing this fight. He could defend up here. behind this easily, and Blade looks in a terrible position.
Yeah, that impel was insane. The Score of the Beast value was really good as well. And when you start one of those fights by losing your mount tanking right off the bat, usually you're not doing too well. One, comfortable enough. Oh my god, that impel. Comfortable enough to start another expansion in the top left. The Archmage never even bought orb here.
Yikes. This is just an undead dream. Just Coil Nova, impale one nuke after the next, chasing with the aura, statues healing in the back, everything stinkied up. You get one hero kill after the another. There's a third base coming up. Everything looking perfect for WaN.
Usually the only moment an undead has this much mana is when they are playing 2-on-2 with a human. But then they get brilliance. But in this game, WaN found it, and he completely dominated the whole time. The only thing Blade was ever really able to achieve was a bunch of cancel. Okay, this is looking kind of funny.
6 illusions! What is the real one? GG is called. And that's 1-0 for WaN.
Wow, this was one of the best games I've probably ever seen of WaN. Like, from the very, very start, getting that last hit with the Acolyte, that was exceptional. And then never making mistakes anymore. He was pressured with some Footmen, but he took care of that. Then he was pressured with Water Elemental, so he got the Slaughterhouse cancelled. But even that didn't throw him back too much. And just played it super solid, got great items, made great use of that side items. And Blade was never able to come back. He tried a lot, but nothing really worked from that position on.
Did you see what WaN did after the game, by the way? He did the figure guns. Into the camera.
I didn't see, but nice. Pew, pew, pew. That's the Crypt Lord for you. And we will be back with map number 2 in just 3 minutes. Will it be the second upset of the day? Stay tuned. Day of upsets here at DreamHack Falls so far. X-Lord defeating Happy and now WaN, one map away from taking down Blade. Our next map is about to start and it's Last Refuge.
All right. The Crypt Lord once again works out. And Todd, you were right. I was wondering, is WaN going to go with the Crypt Lord here? Is he going to go back to stand? You were very convinced it was going to be Crypt Lord. Indeed, it was. Seems to be WaN's hero. Seems to be WaN's style. Showed us already against Orc how well he can pull it off. And here against Human as well. Gets the 1-0 lead as the underdog.
Yeah. We're now going to play on a very different map, though. And I'm curious, what adjustments does Blade make? Obviously, I don't think he's going to go for the lab here this time. That would be pretty wild. But there is a way zero expand that you can take on Last Refuge. Does he maybe creep the mercenary camp beforehand, which we don't have on other eye? Let's find out.
Indeed, let's find out on Last Refuge.
There's a bit of mind games going on right here as well, right? Because if you're the Human and you're playing against the Crypt Lord, you would really like to go for this Merc camp pull right away, creep it as your first camp. Gives you so much Merc camp access later in the game, so much of a help. But what if it's not Crypt Lord? What if it's DK coming to harass you? It could be very painful very quickly. But I guess perhaps the Acolyte Scout should tell you, meaning that if there's no Acolyte Scout, it is safe to go for the Merc camp, or what is your view on this, Todd?
Well, the thing is, even if you're super convinced it's Crypt Lord and you creep it, it's not like it magically solves all your problems. Like, Undead will still expand pretty easily. It's not like you can push it. And they can still attack yours and, you know, have a moderate amount of success. Like, one Forest Troll Shadow Priest is going to help to get 2 of the bigger beetles out of there, but again, it's not necessarily going to fix everything. It delays your tech, the mercenaries give a lot of experience, so it can kind of backfire sometimes. You kind of, I mean, overall, you need to get with good items as always. But yeah, it's not as easy as you creep the Merc camp, it's Crypt Lord, like you're ahead. It does help for sure to have at least the Forest Troll Shadow Priest.
Yeah, the build, I really feel the creep route and expo timing and so on by Blade wasn't as perfect as sometimes we've seen before by him. I wonder if here he's going to do something else. In the footy, goes on a scouting mission, so he's not going to be doing the Merc camp pull right away. Sees the Acolyte as well, going in for a scout, and we'll figure out this is going to be Crypt Lord right off the bat. But with the footy not doing the pull, doing the Merc camp, not really possible, at least for some time. So it's probably going to be a more conservative AM creep route.
Actually, you know, I was talking about how Blade is like so good at execution. Last game, his execution was pretty poor, starting with the first creeping camp that he got, the Tusker. Like, he took so much damage on 3 of the peasants, lost 1 to the Acolyte, and lost 1 of the creeps to the Acolyte. Like, you know, recently I was doing a coaching with the Gym Newbie League winners, which is Floss's team, and he was saying he's good at creeping this camp. So I was like, okay, show us. I'm not ashamed to say that Floss did creep this camp a lot better than Blade did last game. So yeah, definitely something he's gonna have to do better here going forward in this series. He pulled the camp to prevent the Crypt Lord from running into the Expo. That was really cool here.
And again, Blade spawns the Watch Elemental right next to the Murloc, so it gets ensnared right away, which means the footies take a lot of damage. But fortunately, this camp doesn't do that much damage to begin with. Yeah, that's a nice move there with the footy.
Yeah, I never thought of that. Like, if one had run straight away to the Expo, I think he would have been, like, ensnared maybe a bunch by these trappers, and then he would have been attacked by the Raw Golem. And we saw how dangerous that guy is, you know, in one of the previous games that we saw. Neutron, he got his hero killed by that one Stumble.
Look at that by Blade. He does now do the Rock Golem pull, so it's double green into Merc, and then into Expo. Again, he's going to be shooting far beyond level 3 AM while getting up the expansion. Okay.
And he did the pull on the other side as well to try and prevent one from running to the Expo as well. 2 of the ghouls got ensnared, but the creeps just pulled back after. So he just he delayed it a little bit is what he did here with this. Let's see the item. Sobi Mask, one of the better ones here. Especially when you have an Archmage level 3 this quick.
Oh, he sends back the peasants? Ah, no. Now he brings them. Okay, there we go. Doesn't need Militia here to creep this anymore. Watch Elementals level 2. Good enough. And he can go for a Berserker as well. I think he should go for it right away. Should he not?
Berserker is really hit or miss, because it's good damage, but when it dies, it gives so much experience. And it's kind of costly as well. If you go for the Berserker, you might delay your expo as well. It costs a good amount of gold, some wood as well. So I think he's going to prioritize the Scout Tower instead. And maybe just start the tunnel.
In the meantime, WaN also creeping his Merc camp, so we mask for him also. Good items. The ring for the Cryptlord is also really good, boosting up his EHP quite a bit. And level 3.
Sobi Mask on Cryptlord is insane because you're summoning a lot of beetles, so you're usually not running that high on mana, but with Sobi Mask, that's gonna change that quite a bit. And now the question is, does WaN again play aggressive towards the human expo, or does he maybe creep a little bit? Like the shops can be very important on this map to secure.
Double intelligence tome for the Cryptlord, not too bad by the way. Actually, really, really good. Strength hero with very low intelligence, but this now helps. Going for the Impale Surround on the AM. Anti-surround though by the Footman. Good job. And WaN a little over-eager trying to get this AM. He's not gonna get him. No way. Does he close this round now? No. Okay.
You don't have one more Impale. That's a very intelligent insect indeed. 19 intelligence. But the Archmage apparently a little bit smarter. Gets level 4 already. Oh my god.
Yes.
Like you talk about the creeping, he was like way beyond level 3 and now he kills a few units straight onto level, like there is some big incentive to just push a lot here. Buy the second Forest Troll Shadow Priest and keep going.
And get the Berserker, no. For the love of God, there's no Impale. Oh, AM does get surround, no way. He does get the surround somehow, because it's WaN, out of nowhere. Blade thought he was safe with there being no more Impale. A little complacent with the AM positioning, but he's still strong on his first hero. And there's an Arcane up at the expansion. Not too many units here by WaN, but it's 2 ghouls and a whole bunch of summons still.
And Blade, fortunately for him, had a potion of rejuvenation, so it's going to be amazing here. He's going to replenish quite a bit of mana, health as well. I'm not sure why WaN is playing so aggressive here. I don't think he can achieve much ever. Definitely needs to pull back. And WaN now starts the tech just like 2 seconds after Blade did. So we're looking at a very different setup compared to game number 1 here. Almost a whole level ahead for Blade right now. And he could be the one just to go and steal the important camps. Surprisingly, he's creeping one of the smaller camps here instead of going straight for the shop. Maybe he's worried that WaN would try and go through the side to re-attack his expo, which is what he's doing.
Ghouls here looking for an opening, but with so much human army around, they can't really commit in. Yeah, this is what I saw Infi do very impressively on WoW3 Champions, especially on this map against Cryptlord and playing human. Creeping aggressively camps away from the undead. Oftentimes you will be down perhaps in tech and perhaps also in army size, but the tier 1 pressure and presence of Mercs plus AM plus Footies is definitely stronger than the Cryptlords when there is a few units out. Oh, again getting surrounded, but good block over here. Yeah. This AM doesn't have a TP. We need to make sure he survives, and he does. And here we can see it. The ghouls just get massacred by these water elementals and berserkers very quickly. Berserker might be going down, but doesn't even. And this is a strength here that human can leverage in the stage before tier 2. And creeping this camp away is perfect. Maybe when the MK comes out, he can even creep the lab away, which would be ideal.
Dude, look at his Archmage. He might have some rings, but he's almost level 5. This is insane. Cryptlord is just barely above, he's 3.5. Almost gets the surround here. Blade looking to secure the Magi here. Oh, he's getting blocked by the creeps. WaN is gonna swoop in. He's trying to steal the item. Maybe one hit and steal. And he gets it. Greater mana.
Excellent item, by far the best the Cryptlord could have hoped for. Gets the boots as well. Tries to bring in the ghouls, but honestly, there's just not much they can do.
Yeah, Blade bought a Scroll of Healing here. Wants to make sure he can. I mean, the value on all of these units would be insane. He gets some of those low, and then he can save them. He's almost tier 2. We have the second crypt in the main base here for WaN.
Yeah, this Mercamp making a world of difference on Last Refuge. Normally the Cryptlord can be so overwhelming with his power in the early stages where other races can't keep up. But with the Mercamp, they can here in the human's case. Great Impale right there, but also the healed scroll after. All the footies somehow still alive. There are more Impales, but it's only level 1.
Yeah, those water torrents putting in work here. As Death Knight is now on the way, but feels like Blade kind of maximized the damage that he could do here. Now that he's having a few lower hit points units, he's going to start pulling back. Probably wait for the mount tanking and then start creeping. And he's in a far better spot than he was in last game at this stage. Already tier 3 started, whereas like WaN is kind of stuck on tier 2.
So waiting for that level 4. He's gonna get it soon here with the Crypt Lord. It's gonna be a big level up. And Blade waiting for the MK. Coming out soon. Does he still have enough of an army here to steal the lab away? Hardly any footies, so not that easy. And of course the MK, the DK, excuse me, will be coming as well. But Blade now with a much faster tier 3.
I'm surprised WaN is not spamming more mana push. He's trying to go for the Archmage. Trying to force the Town Portal here, but this Archmage has got 2 rings. Yeah, it's blocked off here. I guess you can get one of the mercenaries here, which should give some good experience, maybe.
That should be level 4. Indeed. So many ghouls went down though. Jesus.
Yeah, those water elementals are doing so much. The Sobi masked value in this game, in particular for Blade, because he got level 5 so quickly, is just insane.
It's 5.5. Level 6 isn't too unrealistic, I suppose. Oh, MK though.
Yeah, that's the problem
MK
of a
though.
Mount tanking level 1 here. It's often gonna die in these cases. It's about throwing all of your stone balls and killing as much as you can before he dies, then you just remake him, and ideally, it doesn't block when you have to make your paladin after that.
Gonna block the pally a little, but not by that much. Dude, they're still brawling here in the middle. Oh, surround? For once, being missed by one. Hard to get with fiends.
Yeah, this is ridiculous, actually. Like, it feels like Blade could have pulled out of there a long time ago, but I guess maybe he wanted to contest the second shop. He got pushed around a little bit. He's like, "You want a piece of me?" Did I? Oh, didn't get it.
Not quite.
Players' forces are under attack.
So
I
that
think
should be
those
the
rings
merchant.
should go on the Mount tanking, by the way.
Yeah, true. One the MK, one the pally. Should be good.
+2 attack on melee units, by the way, being researched for Blade. So he wants to rely on breakers and on knights to do a lot of the damage there. He hasn't bought neither orb or staff.
Oh, and the MK's back. Would love to take out this DK, but being kept very nicely in the back. Statue is healing up. And the priest, yeah, they get sniped quickly against these fiends, of course, who are also starting to get upgraded. The double statue now, very good for sustain. It is endless water elementals, though.
Yeah. But they're gonna die quick against this many fiends. They have +1 attack. And they give a lot of experience as well. The Mountain King is trying to go for a surround. There's not quite an impale just yet. 78 mana right now. He gets the surround! Oh my god! I didn't even think he was gonna be able to get that one.
Trying to transfer TP. He does. That should at the very least be the shop. WaN could be ambitious now and go to the red right away.
I think
that would
stealing
be a
the
smart
shop
play.
first and then going to the red is better.
As the Lich will be coming. A-bombs being added in. Also, Banshee seemed like a good idea. But lumber is really low. The lost ghouls starting to be noticeable.
Yeah, but he has 4 in the main base. It's kind of weird because he makes the graveyard on the expo, so the graveyard is not even helping the ghouls collect wood quicker. Like now we see the trees that he's mining from in the main base, they're kind of far from the Black Citadel, comparatively. I think the best thing one could do is maybe get the reds on the left side, just the item, and then run to the right side and make sure that Blade doesn't get the other one. And we saw last game how impactful those items can be.
Yeah, absolutely. Crippler getting close to 5, by the way. Beetles won't have that big of an impact. We have a lot of breakers out now.
Blade actually has
Okay,
more
well.
supply right now. 76 against 64. And he's
Okay,
gonna get the
sniping.
red. Oh my god.
Yeah. Is he going to TP out or is he going to take this fight is the question. Impale against the priest could be really painful. Doesn't hit all of them though.
Yeah, if you don't TP immediately, it means you accept you're gonna lose quite a few units. Apparently, he even wants to fight.
There's no
He's not
TP.
TPing out at all. Oh yeah, what
Indeed,
the?
there is no TP. He's stuck
my
here.
God.
MK is trying his best with the clapper. It's only level 1. Knight's dying in the focus fire quite quickly. Crippler runs out of mana, but has a mana potion still. He just hit level 5, by the way. Pally getting focused now. Doesn't have Divine Shield. Maybe we're getting that choice now. The Lich in trouble as well, but there's a card. The Crippler also in danger. Last second heal potion. That Stormbolt almost killed him off with the Breaker Focus Fire, but not quite. The MK in trouble as well. This could be the 2-0 for WaN right here. But there was a heal as well for Blade. DK, he's going to be dead for certain. No getting out of this one. Let's level up for the MK. All that armor is helping him out now, and actually WaN has to retreat, fall back to the tavern. The Lich is in trouble as well. Dodges the Stormbolt with the invul.
Blade has +3 attack on Breakers and Knights. So this is what he was planning on doing last game. Didn't get the execution, but this time he does. These Knights and Breakers did so much damage. Everything that WaN had was taking insane damage the whole time. And even though he was a Creepjack technically, and Blade had to finish some of the units before he could turn around and start fighting properly, didn't seem to bother Blade as much. He was combat ready. 3-1 upgrades on those Knights and Breakers now. And he's looking pretty damn good. 78 supply against 71. That Archmage is almost 6.
Lich didn't have Frost Armor before, now he does. Very, very important against these Knights specifically. That's more kills going Blade's way. WaN considering falling back, but if he does, the expansion will be in trouble. But these Fiends without the aura, without the coil, are just getting slaughtered.
Yeah, the Mountain King is gonna get targeted. There's no staff on the Archmage.
Oh!
No escape for the Mountain King. He's just gonna go down.
Poor positioning there, honestly. That MK should never be so far forward against level 3 Impale. And that's the MK hitting the deck. Still, Blade is pushing forward. Knows no retreat. More and more flying machines getting webbed. They're easy kills. It's not that many Knights left. The Breaker damage is okay, but it's not that scary against the Fiends. And now we even have the Black Citadel coming in. And the DK almost back. Blade, you're being very aggressive over here.
Yeah, those Water Elementals are still going crazy this whole time. Paladin rejoins the fight. He went for Devotion second. Instant revive the Mountain King. Forces WaN to Town Portal to the back of his base here. Because he's getting smashed over at the front. Blade is moving in. He's smelling blood. He's gonna mass Tilly inside of the army.
Oh, there's an Impale. No, he's not. He's getting mana burned. You see, he wanted to go for the Impale, but he got feedback. The DK's finally back, trying to coil the Crypt Lord, but he's stuck over there by the Acolyte. Moves it away, just barely gets out or gets healed. Lich also in trouble. Oh my god, what is this fight even? He can't mass teleport out, by the way. He might be getting impaled. Oh my god, but Blade is finding so many kills.
Yeah, I don't think he needs to mass teleport out. He still has 71 supply here. Those Blade, 1 on 53, trying to stay alive, trying to buy some time, but those units of Blade, they do so much damage. 3-2 upgrades now. Devotion, they're not even dying that fast. There's not a single destroyer, and those Water Elementals still going to work like they've been the whole game. Mountain King has 14 mana, 14 armor. With the items, with Inner Fire.
Oh my god.
14 armor. How do you kill this guy?
Some gyros caught in the main. Doesn't even kill them off. WaN has one more camped creep. It's the lab. That would be level 3 Lich. A big item. But boy oh boy did he lose a lot of army right there.
Yeah, there are not many worse things than being on 51 supply. I feel like he should have cancelled actually, like the Fiends for a little bit, bank, and then try and get as close to 80 as possible, and then fight again.
I think the A-bombs were way too late. I think Undead with this style should really go double Slaughterhouse always. To always have that A-bomb with the first Disease Cloud out as quickly as possible, and then maybe go into 2 or 3. It's not that expensive, honestly. When you're on 2 bases, 1 Slaughterhouse is like 150, 150.
Yeah.
And that Disease Cloud being spread early makes a world of difference.
Wow, what a crazy turn of events. I never would have expected a human to spam attack upgrades like this and to do this much damage. He's got 3-2 upgrades now on these Knights and Breakers. And WaN just doesn't have the army to keep up with this. It feels like he would need so many abominations, but then he can't really counter the Water Elemental and Priest with enough destroyers to do that.
The Orb of Fire doing a good job here, reducing the healing. Crypt Lord still hurt. Fiend in the back, I think, was caught and taken out. Level 2 Holy Light now really strong, and so is, of course, the Aura. So much mana on the human side. MK's inventory, man, I don't think I've ever seen that before. Double Ring and double Hood. And these Impales, they're really not that impactful. Yes, there's mostly Breakers in the front line.
He's got 15 armor and so much intel as well, like the regen is absurd. Blade didn't even opt to give them the Sobi Mask to the Mountain King, which is now going to be targeted. Staff was already used, but he has a Pala level 3 to keep everything alive. Knight at the front is going to finally go down. WaN trying to kite his way to the back of his base yet again, but he's running out of mana entirely on the Creep Lord here.
Oh, trying for the hero kill now. There's a Holy Light though. And no way he can chew through all of this armor. MK is dropping low, but Holy Light is cooling down. And the Crippler's in trouble. He's getting focused now himself. Heal potion at the shop. Needs to go for it. He's still getting drained, still getting attacked, still dropping lower. There's another coil though, getting him back to decent health. But it seems like nothing for Blade is close to dying ever.
Yeah, he pulls back units super well here. Those priests are working overtime between Disease Cloud and all of the damage that he's taking. Mount taking being targeted again. I think one is hoping that Blade will run out of mana eventually, and then he can start killing heroes as the staff would be down. But there's staff. Oh, he can't staff against the stun hero.
Oh my god! He gets the kill! He also disabled. He disabled both heroes, Pally and MK, with that impale. That was so crucially important. But now the Crypt Lord, the first hero, also goes down. Pally in trouble. Must have Divine Shield. Must have Divine Shield. I guess he doesn't, but he's staffed out. Only the AM now. Against Lich and DK. Suddenly, the damage is on the undead side.
Blade is so rich. He hasn't been macroing for a while. I guess he was maybe at 80 at the start of the fight. So now he can start remaking units again. He's got so much more left over. He's trying to go for the Death Knight. Archmage being targeted. Oh my god. Lich doesn't have the mana for Nova right now. Archmage should be able to get out. Those water elementals have been going crazy the entire game.
These fights are just not ending. What is happening this game? DK, heal potion. They must have been on cooldown earlier. These potions, once you get the first two, have a long cooldown in the shop. Crypt Lord also taking a lot of time to get back. MK, he could go for a Tavern Revive. He easily has the resources.
Doesn't necessarily need to, like it's way more expensive. I guess there's still a camp left in the top left and in the bottom right, the total one. And he does have Mass Deli, and this is not one of those games where one is in a healthy position enough that, you know, he could run around and prevent Mass Deli and actually win the fight as well. Like one is in full recovery mode, he's really trying to stay alive, build up a big army and try and keep up with Blade.
I've rarely seen a game like that. Like, how long are these fights in or close to the undead base? Like, we always say for like 12 years, never fight it in undead bait, but Blade puts this at absurdity.
Yeah, it's all about hero levels. This is really what is making the difference here. MK is very strong. The human arsenal is very strong. And normally the Crypt Lord is super strong as well. But these breakers, being magic immune, they don't care about the Crypt Lord so much. Plus, of course, they can steal the beetles if they were to get summoned. But obviously, for that reason, WaN isn't summoning them.
Archmage is almost 7. And Pala is not even just 4. It's like 4.4.
I can't believe he didn't go for Divine Shield.
Yeah, so the thing is, with this composition, because you go Crypt Lord first, usually your Lich and Death Knight are not that high level. So then you're not as worried about the actual nuke of these guys. I think that's why.
Jack, though, gets 3 kills right off the bat with a Coil Nova. Oh, and more priests! Whoa! That's a lot of kills and experience going the undead's way.
See if you can get out of there. Crypt Lord is still in the altar. As is the Mountain King, and they're both about to come out. The Mountain King maybe a bit earlier. One shouldn't get overeager. Starts morphing destroyers. There's 5 flying machines right now. They only got armor upgrades. I think it had to be done eventually. He had to go for destroyers. Oh, and with the orb, did you see that coil? It felt like it barely healed anything.
Yeah, Orb of Fire definitely helping out here a lot. Crypt Lord is back.
So is the Mountain King. He's about to be there. Where's that impel? There it is.
It's decently, but it feels like the Fiends always take way more damage than the Knights do. Lich level 4. That doesn't do much for 1 level of Dark Ritual. Oh, Crypt Lord in trouble again. This would actually be a good game for a Crypt Lord ult, I think, with these crazy long fights.
Blade is on the chase. And he's about to have Brilliance level 3 here with 1 more kill on any units. Archmage so close to that, that's going to be a key level. Like a lot of humans, they would go for Brilliance level 3 when Archmage gets level 5, but not Blade because he had the Sobi mask. He was like, we're just going to keep fighting, you can't go destroy us anyway. And that was the correct move, but yeah, if he finally gets that, it's going to be so damn good for him.
They both run out of income. There's a new expansion coming up for Blade, but it's far from finished. Quite a few gyros going down over here. Mana low on the DK, no healing anymore. Blade has so much healing, and now level 7, now better aura. Way more mana on the human side.
Yeah, one is lacking statues. He has only the one, which is always healing, so that means it's not replenishing mana for all of his heroes. And because now there is finally Brilliance level 3, the mana war will be won quite handily Blade is finally put that Sobi mask on this invincible Mountain King. I can't believe he actually died early.
But that is now the level 5, but Blade says he's had enough. He's gonna TP out, mass teleport, and is gonna creep without getting any experience.
He'll get the gold and he'll get the item. He's actually... Blade fell to 53 supply here. One with a crazy holds. I mean, even though Blade did just get out of there eventually, I think he was a little bit worried that he might lose one of his heroes eventually, especially that Pala was starting to run low. You know, if you lose that gown level 5 and then suddenly Death Knight gets level 5, that could be what turns the game around. Actually, Blade messed up on the left side. He didn't finish his expo. I think he spent his gold, so the peasants went away. And now the expo gets caught by acolytes.
There goes the beetle. Stormbolt Hoylite didn't expect it, and that's it. GG. Whew. After a long game on this day of long series, we have another 1-1.
Who didn't even catch the last hero focus there, unfortunately. I was so mesmerized by the acolytes clobbering down this one poor peasant. Sorry about that. But yeah, we do get the 1-1. We do get the game 3 after just 3 minutes.
Yesterday we had the one-sided series, and then today they're like, all right, it's the winners matches. We're going to show you how it's done here. So for some interesting games. That was some of the longest fights I've seen in a while.
And because of that, we all need a little break. Be right back. Back with the second set of the day. It's tied once again. I complained enough yesterday when it was all 2-0s. Now we go full distance in both of the sets. There is another surprise in the making. WaN, super competitive. Blade about to face the lower bracket just as Happy did. Will WaN do it? Will we have 2 mice in the quarterfinals, guys? Tell me about it.
Man, what a wonderful day that would be. For Mouse Sports, for Jan Dominicus, are they gonna force down our finalists of last season into the lower bracket? But Blade showed a strong comeback there as well on Last Refuge, going up against the Crypt Lord. Harder map for Crypt Lord compared, I guess, to Northern Isles, our first map, now Concealed, our last. Once again, it's the Crypt Lord here for WaN, most likely a fast expansion attempt. And this time, no mercenaries for Blade to make use of.
Yeah, this is one of the harder maps to creep the expansion on. You know, the creeps are a little tougher. Which means there is a chance Blade might play a bit more aggressive in one base, but most of the time, he usually tries with an expansion. And last game, it went so well for him. Like you said, though, there is no mercenaries here. They played a big role in that Sobi Mask came into full effect. I mean, Sobi Mask plus Brilliance level 2 is like, that stuff should almost be illegal, you know? Like, he had infinite water elementals the whole time. They were hitting like trucks. And that helped him greatly take control of the map and the game.
Yeah, in the past, I thought there was a cool build that Blade played here, which was standard creeping of the Ogre camp first, and then move across the map with level 1, tech behind, be aggressive against the Crypt Lord, who's trying to expand, and creep the green camp with the militia during the tech to get level 2 and that little bit more power, and put pressure on the Crypt Lord right away, which oftentimes would prevent the fast expansion, and then the Undead having to go for one base tech. So I guess that's the question. Is he going to do that, or is Blade still going to try to counter-expand?
I never realized that, like, WaN has a bunch of ambient lights in his room. And sometimes he's looking around. I think his cat is, like, going all over the place. But maybe trying to bring him luck, like 120's cats as well. And in map number 1, that definitely worked.
Crypt Lord is out. So is the AM. Both scouting here what's going on. Big decision to be made by Blade. Move south? Or not?
Ooh, the water elemental got finished, actually, by the creep. Always a bit annoying when that happens, because that could have been extra damage that you can have. Okay, it looks like Blade wants to play expand again. He starts a scout tower in his base. We got the 4th farm. Another surround. How does he do it? Every time. Don't even scout against this guy. Like, you see the creep lord just run out of there before you get surrounded.
Yeah, Blade, honestly, he should have kept that footy a little further away from the Crypt Lord. But when you give WaN like half a second to get that surround, WaN is going to close it. And especially on footies, there's such tiny little models, really hard to get, but WaN is a master at that. And we'll once again try with the fast expansion. Blade, confident to take this late game, 2 base versus 2 base, has the militia called.
Did you see WaN was coming in with the Acolyte to steal one of the turtle, and Blade was like, hell no. He just started targeting the Acolyte immediately and then pushed him away. But yeah, WaN's very comfortable right now in the game. He sees that humans just creeping his expo. He knows that he's going to be able to creep his own very easily and set that up. And that's his comfort zone.
Not quite going to be level 3 Crypt Lord. And the green isn't enough, right? So he needs the Ogre camp instead. So it seems like Crypt Lord is going to be delayed here a little. Going for the merchant would be enough, but by that time, AM could be aggressive. We saw a lot of creeping beyond level 3 by Blade before, not being aggressive for level 3 right away, but then getting closer to 4. But this time seems he will do just that. Level 3, and off we go. With the Telly staff, he's on his way. The Beetle Scout, oh my god, is he going to miss? Oh, he missed it! It was nighttime, he didn't see the human approaching, and that might very well be the cancel of the expo.
Yeah. And in the main, the Beetles are not going to do anything. I'm surprised he's sending that there. A lot of humans, they would have an Arcane Tower there. At the expo would have been a lot better, but guess what? Those peasants, they are not exactly healthy here. I think one might just embrace that they're just kind of going to trade. I mean, obviously, the Archmages can staff back. This is such a weird game here already.
Yeah.
And just
this is looking like a crowd game right now.
Yeah. But Crypt Lord is now 3. Arcane Tower about to finish at the expo.
With the Arcane and the AM. Is that enough to... No, no way. No way. No way in hell.
He's looking for that Impel. Oh my god.
These peasants are way too hurt. Alright, so both expos cancelled. Who's that better for?
Nobody in particular. I think actually Blade might be planning to expand anyway later on because he's still not teching. He's making more peasants instead, but he's going to lose all the ones he has at the expo. He's trying to force a town portal. Maybe one could just town portal with the Crypt Lord, but actually he doesn't have many units, and those water elementals, they're going crazy now again.
Borrow the Beetles. Leave them at the expo.
He has so many acolytes.
That would have been play.
This Cloak of Shadows as well might force a dust. One could actually still mine with a lot of these acolytes here. This is a mistake that he sent everything.
Killing some of the ghouls. More experience though still on the AM. And there
Blade
is a
finally
techno
takes-
happening. Yeah.
Wait, did you not realize the Archmage is hidden? Okay, there it is, Dust. There's no impels, so that should be able to get out pretty easily. And they're equal on experience now.
Still having 4 acolytes here, so I guess WaN does want to get this expansion up.
And he sends Beetle to the Expo of Blade to make sure that doesn't go up. I think it would have been good to maybe send just the one first, but
Yeah.
I think he wants to make sure that in case there's an Arcane Tower going up, he has enough to make sure he gets that cancelled like easily.
And WaN getting sort of jacked over here. Both players close to 4, but not quite there yet. Footy sees acolytes, but no structures. Oh, AM.
Yeah, so one's leaving a single Beetle burrowed at the Expo, and he's sending the rest back to his side of the map to make sure that he can fight with those Beetles. Very nicely done. Single Footman scouts the acolytes at the Expo of 1. He's gonna send that back a little bit. It feels so bad to have 4 acolytes doing nothing that you can't expo with, but the problem is that if you get too stubborn in trying to expo, which is what Blades expects, and he keeps on cancelling it on you, then you fall super far behind. So I wouldn't even be surprised if one just tried to go tier 3 and expand it later on, but it looks like he might want to be insistent with the expansion attempt because of all of these acolytes.
Last hit. Going to WaN. And that's level 4. Level 2 Impale now becomes a lot stronger. But for now, it's still only Beetles being summoned. AM getting surrounded. Oh. He's going invis, but there's a sentry ward right here if he doesn't pay attention.
Oh my god.
Oh,
No way.
No.
And this is as he reaches tier 2. So, like, I think he's going to instant revive the Archmage and start the Mountain King. But this is a big, like, the experience that the Creep Lord got from this.
Massive mistake by Blade. I mean, we can forgive him, I guess. No way he could know that the sentry was there trying the cloak, and then he realized, what the hell, it doesn't work, and then he's panicking.
But he could have clicked on inventory, you know? Not everybody has to go full Lolliet. You don't have to get pissed off when you see the good items of your opponent. As we heard from X-Lord, it's important to know what the opponent has.
Yeah. Oh well. And now he's trying to fight with the footies. Oh my god, he gets a surround. But yeah, you're not holding that surround, my friend. WaN going tier 3. DK coming.
Yeah, the Death Knight surprisingly didn't bring any mana potion. He gets a surround again.
Good on footies.
Just like run away. If this guy is anywhere and he has units, just run away. Like you're gonna get surrounded. Does Blade expand on tier 2 now, or does he play the castle style?
Yeah, it seems like whatever he does, he's so far behind with that hero loss. Just everything's been slowed down so much. Good scouting by the Beetle in the main. And stealing this lab away is marvelous. It's one of the only good camps that the MK can creep reliably. And WaN gets it.
I don't know if he can see with the sentry ward, because he's just slightly on the low ground. Okay, now he can see the human army running past him. Probably pretty happy he wasn't interrupted while he was doing this. Now Blade realized where WaN is, and WaN is bringing a lot of ghouls and one fiends to try and fight with.
Blade has a hard read that there's an expansion down there, but, well, we know that's not the case.
And it's very bad that he's not creeping his Mountain King in the meantime.
That level 2 Impale's gonna hurt, dude. I'm seeing it already. Oh, perfect line right here. And boom! Lots of damage. No kills yet, but WaN and his surrounds, they stick. AM. Yep, that's a surround as well. This time he could cloak. Or staff. That works! Or does it? Oh my god.
There's a coil, but it's got enough hit points. WaN trying to fight the units now. Need to go for the Archmage again. No way.
WaN. What's happening here, WaN? Feels like he's giving away his advantage.
Yeah, he's
Another fiend
overextending.
coming in. Another fiend going down.
He just got tier 3 and he's got Lich on the way. Just pull back, wait for the Lich and Orb to be there, then fight. Maybe he thinks that this is one of the only moments where Beetles are still going to be super relevant, because once Blade will get enough Priest and Dispel that's going to be able to get those out of there.
Super scrappy game again. But we do have double statues now. Destroyers would certainly help with good micro. Could keep them alive as well. There's certainly no mass gyros coming anytime soon. Is he getting destroyer? Yeah. Also helps a ton with creeping.
Yeah, but that Lich will be the game changer once he can get that with the orb. Even though we don't have any Finn right now.
Yeah, they were all killed by the MK. So here's the Lich. Grabs the orb. Gets the trap as well.
Feels like you have to do something about this, but he's only got his Archmage in the area.
Oh, WaN opening up the block. What's he doing? Oh, what was that? That was very sloppy.
And now the Archmage might pull it and try and get it.
Yeah. Seems like Blade's standing force is absolutely strong enough to do this. Big mistake by WaN. He gives up the big item. Or does he? He's coming in to contest.
Yeah, this spell is almost done. Creep Lord replenished a good amount of mana here. Those water elementals is such a good job chasing the statues away, by the way, to prevent the full effect of that.
Needs to run to make sure the Lich doesn't get surrounded. Oh, but he still is! AM in trouble as well, though. TP. Oh, the Lich does survive! And that's the red camp. Should be going to WaN if he goes over right away.
The Destroyer died, though.
Yeah.
Big snipe. That was the only one in the game at this point. We got actually our first abo out, so instead of going for a lot of fiends, one, he wants to get an abo with this Cloud, which against this army is obviously amazing. If he gets level 5 here sometime soon and has Impel level 3 against a rifle caster composition, this is going to be very good for one.
Also needs to level up the other heroes though, and that's the problem. For the Lich and DK, there's not so much left on the map. He finally gets Aura now, which is desperately needed. But it's quite late.
Claws plus 12 for Blade in the center. One will be headed there. Paladin was only now started, so it's not going to be there that soon. And we don't have Orb nor Staff just yet for Blade, because he got tier 3 so late.
Oh, where's the Impale?
He went Bold Bash, by the way, this game. Oh my god. He has no Staff. He's going to lose the Mountain King. No! With so much mana as well. Didn't even transfer the Claws plus 12 onto the Archmage. And now one is on the chase, gets another being Impale. The Archmage is going to be in danger. Can he get it?
Going for the priest now, and they fall easily. A few right clicks and they go down. Uh-oh. WaN out of nowhere with that creep drag again, taking certainly control now of this match. Paladin was just a little bit too late, still waiting for the healer. And that smells like WaN can expand right now.
Yeah. I thought he didn't have enough mana to go for Impels, but he had the mana still, and he used that, and I think Blade just didn't see it coming. That 1 foot man at the expo preventing it from going up, but now that altar is going to be under full assault. We've got Impale level 3 available, and Blade is in all sorts of trouble.
Kolnova into the back. The undead hero starting to truly come online now, finding more and more kills, backed up by the statue. Close to falling, but still standing. At least the footy is preventing the expansion. That's the only saving grace here.
Feels like it takes an eternity for this Mountain King to come out. Archmage being attacked again. Crypto almost had an Impel. That was a bit of an oversight to send it in there. He should just be attacking the altar, I think.
I think you can just fall back and expand and creep.
Yeah, but that footman in the center of the map is like a rabid dog running behind everything. He was just chasing down a statue. He saw an acolyte. He's like, "You want some too?"
If he molts the destroyer here, creeps 2 more camps, gets DK3, Lich 3, WaN is so strong. Sacrificing now his acolytes to open up supply.
Yeah. He's getting one additional ziggurat, so I think he's gonna bank for a little bit and then try to go to 70, 80. Getting some attack upgrades as well is always the perfect timing when you're at about 50. And Blade, he needs to level his Paladin so bad. He already had the Mountain King level 3. Getting the Paladin level 3 would give him a chance here in this game, but he couldn't even afford neither Orb or Staff here so far.
WaN going into more A-bombs. No destroyer here still, making this camp a little harder. but still gets level 3 DK. Crippler was soaking up a lot of experience here, but I guess it would have been very tough to creep without the Crippler around. What's the big item? Barthola's boots. Not the greatest.
Yeah. Does he go for the main base, maybe? He doesn't have a town portal, so probably not. At least you're not supposed to. Might just run to the other side of the map and try to interrupt Blade, but I think he might be done by then. Oh, he's going for the main.
WaN's been going for a lot of hero kill, and Blade still doesn't have an invul. There's one still in the shop, I suppose.
Yeah. I mean, he's just so broke, he had to buy so many things. He couldn't even afford staff, which is still super important, even though he's going to be attacked in his base.
If he wanted a TP, this would be very smart, but he doesn't have a TP, so this is dangerous.
Yeah. But I think he knows he can kill this tower safely and then maybe just put like one A-bomb in there. He's gonna run inside with everything? No.
That's
WaN, you madman.
an easy way to get trapped.
But
Whoa.
maybe the human will be in there trapped with him.
Oh my god, this is really dangerous.
And A-bomb's getting caught actually. And there is orb now, so even Coil wouldn't help a ton. He's trying to move back out. Oh my god, he went in, now he's going on.
Okay, repositioning WaN, getting out of that death trap. A-bomb. Oh, survives. DK completely out of mana though.
Yeah. And Creeplord has already 2 impels. And because he has a statue, he could put that on mana as well. Oh, that A-bomb really wants to die. Blade threatening with militia. He's got 54 supply to the 67 of WaN, but some of these units are missing and still in production. There's still one more Finn and one more A-bomb in production. I think it might be good for WaN to buy a little bit of time and then fight later, but he doesn't want that A-bomb to get sniped for free here. Moves back in. He has no coil. He's starting the fight with no coil. And the Creeplord is taking a lot of damage. Oh my god.
He's dead.
Invuln, greater Invuln Web Transfer. Can he use it? No, he dies just before. Oh my goodness.
Massive mistake by WaN. And now the MK is chasing. With the level 2 aura, he's gonna have the next Stormbolt here in a second. Good borrow, I guess, but WaN, what was that? Crippler bought back from the tavern. Don't see any finger guns right now.
Yeah, he has no mana. That's the problem. When you instant revive a hero, it comes back with 0 mana. He doesn't have a single mana item, no greater mana, no mana potion. And even if he uses the mana potion, it's just gonna be the one impel. Such a giant blunder here, the positioning. He got baited by this one A-bomb that got caught. He could have just let that die, run away, and he would have been in a fantastic position, but great play by Blade to pick up on that, and Blade is on the warpath now. He's smelling blood in the water. He's finally gained some big momentum in this game here.
Fiend positioning is decent, but the heroes can't even connect the base here, not doing WaN too many favors. But now Blade fighting onto Blight. The AM, by the way, no TP, no invul. Here comes a big impale. Whoa, that one hurts.
Yeah, and there's almost another one here. Destroyer is going to work on these rifles as well. Leech already being level 3 is going to help tremendously.
No Stormbolt at the moment. And we do have another impale. Trying to line it up perfectly, and that one was wonderful. WaN needs more mana potions though for more coils.
Yeah, it is statues as well. Like more, you just have to spam Impel Nova here, and then eventually this army is gonna die.
Yeah, not having that second statue. WaN went for that A-bomb earlier. So important to always have 2 statues out, and Blade's gonna start creeping. Are you kidding me?
I think he sees the lack of mana on WaN. And he's like, well, because I have Brilliance level 2, I can... Oh my god, the Mount taking heal! He's still taking so much damage!
Wait,
WaN is
Nova?
for it.
Oh my god! That Holy Light last second. Are you kidding me? Another Crypt Lord about to die! Has to go for the invul! If he gets bashed there, he's dead. Stormbolt onto the Lich. He's in trouble as well. Holy Light, focus fire. The Lich is dead and the AM is level 5. Blade might be clutching it out in the end. Pushing forward. Never backing down. Jesus Christ.
And WaN didn't have a coil. So he can't be fighting this much. He's been low on mana for a very long time, actually. His lack of statues is like really killing him there. And I think Blade just keeps picking up on that. He's like, oh, you don't have mana? Well, I do. Let's just fight. You can't fight without Lich One. Need to pull back. He's gonna go for the Impel. Coils preemptively on the Crypt Lord. Is worried that's gonna be targeted, but that one Fiend is gonna be the one that's under attack right now. No detection, so... Wait, did I just unburrow that? Oh, he has the Sentry Ward. He was already planted down on the right side. Pala
This
gets
is
level
all-
4.
This is all before inner fire. He's not even using inner fire at the moment. He could. There's not enough destroyers to deal with it.
And the Altars at the front, and one's just gonna tap out. After he was what felt like in an unlosable position, loses the Creep Lord with greater invuln, ran out of death cores. What a crazy comeback by Blade here.